What's up? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's staying safe and staying at home. But most importantly, if you're going out like me, it's important to wear your mask. Today I'm going to be talking about what it is you need to do for you to be seen, to be heard, and to be remembered. Now, as you can see right now, I'm very much branded, and I want to say something to somebody out there. It's important for people to know you by what you do. And as you can see today, I am very visibly wearing something that identifies me and what I do. I don't know about you and what to you, how you're doing. Wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, you got to be so real that you believe in your brand and your services, that you wear them, that you become branded, and you make sure that people see you and what you're doing. This is the season for you to be unapologetically proud about the hustle that you do. Because if you're going to be shy about what you're doing, people aren't going to remember you. And right now, people are looking at a product or service. And if you have that product or service and you are not making sure people know about what you're doing, you're going to lose that client, and you're going to see them the next day and they're going to tell you, I actually wanted the product and service that you have. Which is why most of the time I move around branded. The front is branded. As you could see, my face masks are branded. I talk about what I do. I use social media to my highest advantage, because it's important for people to know exactly what it is that you're doing. If you're going to be shy to market and sell your brand, people aren't going to believe in your product or your brand as well. So you need to become that person that people see. And just like we know all these very popular brands out there in the world, people are always seeing it on a daily basis. This is why those companies are remaining at the top. If you watch a soccer match and you see the number of subconscious advertisements that you see, you'll be amazed. But what they are doing, they are trying to remind you that they are there. If you watch TV, if you're using your phone and you go on a site, all those are types of advertisements that people are trying to entice you to choose their product over all the others. Now I want you to ask yourself this. With your business that you are doing, how many people know about it? How many people don't actually know your name but can relate you with the business that you do? And I say to all entrepreneurs, that should be the greatest achievement that you can actually achieve, to actually be known by what you do rather than your name. If I was to say Oprah Winfrey, I use this example so many times. All of you will automatically think of the Oprah Winfrey Show. If I'm to use, say Michael Jordan, automatically you think basketball. Michael Jackson, you'll think the king of rock. Steve Jobs, automatically you'll think Apple. The list can go on. If I say Bruce Lee, you'll see karate. Chuck Norris. That's because they have made what they did become them, and they gave in so much time to make sure that their brand identifies them with what they do. You don't mistake any one of them for anything, because they are so proud of what they do and they gave it so much time. In this era that we're living in, big shout out to everybody who's coming in. Kodzai, George, Lichel, Shay FM, Ed Mads, big shout out to you. How's everybody keeping? So today I'm saying, in the era that we're in right now, we gotta be unapologetically proud about what we do. I'm proud of this that I do, and you should too. And you should use every single form of social media platform available so that people know and see the hustle that you are doing. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's LinkedIn, there's WhatsApp, there's Snapchat, there's TikTok. All of those things. If you're going to lag behind and say, you know what, I'm not a LinkedIn type of person, I'm telling you, LinkedIn is the future. I've, steadily been on LinkedIn, and it's amazing the types of people that you'll see on LinkedIn, because it's more of the corporate world, the CEOs. And if you don't have a LinkedIn account and you're calling yourself an entrepreneur, you aren't serious yet. If it's going to take you another year to then look back and say, I heard George Billionaire tell me this, you need to just open an account and start learning how to use it now. Use all the other platforms. A lot of my friends say, George, we know you because you've been consistent with posting and letting us know that, you make the weather behave. And, because of my consistency over the years, when people think of air conditioning in Zimbabwe or Zambia, they actually know where to get it from. So it's important for you to actually begin to think that how can I use social media? Instead of just posting nice pictures standing next to cars, let me put in a little advertisement in the background indirectly. And if you see most of my posts, if you actually go through most of my posts, you will see it. And either I'm wearing it, either it's in the background. It's very strategically put, but that's because I've invested in making most of the clothes, whether it's soccer jerseys, to be branded. And you too can do the same thing, but make sure you are consistent, and you make sure that you do this so that people see you, they hear you, and they remember you. I'm going to take some questions from anybody who wants to ask about personal branding, and I will certainly answer those as we go on. The other thing that is key for everybody out there who's an entrepreneur, if your business isn't on any social media platform, if you don't have a page for your business, I don't think you're serious yet, because you need to be serious enough to have a page, to make sure that you're posting relevant content on your page. Not just a poster, but you need to inform the customers, especially during this time. As an entrepreneur, one thing I've done in this COVID time is I've made sure I've kept in touch with my customers to make sure that they are okay. Make sure you call all of them. How are you? Hope you are well. And some of them I had to, make sure that they get personalized, Pro Air masks to make sure that they are safe. As you can see, that's a Pro Air face mask, and we've distributed those to our key customers to make sure that they know that we care about them. Because without those people, when everything is open again, they will know that you treasured them and you were thinking about them during that time. And it's just not a money relationship. We decided to do this to make sure that our customers know that we care about them, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. So we went the extra mile to make sure all our key clients have these masks so that they are constantly remembering us. And remember, when they wear our masks, that's automatic branding for us. They're traveling all over, and we also get the return on investment, but we're also making sure that they have washable masks that they can also use. So during this time, make sure you think about your customers, make sure you're in touch with them, because without those people, you wouldn't be there. And for some of you who are not entrepreneurs, who rely on one stream of income, which is your JOB, which I define as just over broke or just something to get you going, I would highly recommend you to start looking at a side hustle, because your JOB is not going to be guaranteed for very long. And as much as you may not like to hear that, that's just reality. You're going to get a letter very soon. Get prepared for that. I'm telling you that we may not need your services, and we're going to put you on either forced leave or you're going to lose your contract. This is reality on the ground. I have a lot of people, some close friends who I always preach entrepreneurship, who have right now lost their jobs, all around the world, because things are not going to be the same. As we can already see, there's a lot of change that's happened in the world, and a lot of waiters are affected. If you look at every industry, every sector, it's been affected. And if we don't adapt and change, just like the world is changing, very soon we're not going to be in existence. So it's important as individuals to stay true and keep doing what we're doing, and look for a side hustle. Big shout out to Chichi, Titchman, Tafadzwa Tembo, I am Tinashe, Janja. Big shout out to everybody who's coming in. And as we began this video, I was talking about the importance of being branded. And for some of you who know me and follow me, you will always see me branded. You'll always see me wearing, some form of Pro Air, because I believe there's somebody who's going to see your brand every single day for the very first time. And most of the time, I also move around in a branded car to make sure that, the brand is out there. The biggest companies that exist today are there because of their aggressive marketing. And if you're not going to be an aggressive marketer, I'm not talking about using other people to market your products. You're going to need to invest. I've invested in making sure, most of my personal clothes, my own children, believe it or not, my kids have soccer jerseys, they've got t-shirts. If they're moving around with me most of the time, we have to move branded because they understand my vision. And because of that, somebody is going to see the brand. The car is branded. That's just being aggressive about, making sure that your brand is seen, is heard, and remembered. And until you're crazy like that, then I don't think as an entrepreneur you'll be serious. You need to be crazy in love, that Beyonce song. You need to be crazy, crazy, crazy in love with what you're doing if it's going to succeed. If people don't think you're crazy, I don't think you're serious. You gotta be so addicted to your brand that you talk about it, you sleep it, you think it, you drink it. Every other sentence should be what you do. That's when, you're in love with it. And I can tell you, once it begins to love you back, it will begin to pay back in terms of, financial return on investment. Considering people only believe what they see. The world we live in today is like the Thomas in the Bible. They only believe once they've seen. And, there's a study that's been done that people will only support or buy from a brand or a product that they've seen repeatedly, at least a minimum of 50 times. Get this correctly. So if you're seeing Pro Air for the first time today, you're going to see it. It's going to be in your subconscious. The next time you're going to see it again, and then see it again, and then see it again. And then you're going to ask, what exactly do they do? Then probably you're going to go under the Pro Air ZW_ and be like, oh, they do air conditioning. Right. Then guess what? When it's summer and it's unbearably hot in your car, home, office, or it's winter and it's cold, guess what you're going to think of? Wait, I saw this. I remember. I saw it on this guy's page. Then you follow that link. Then you go to the page. And you're like, oh yeah, the numbers are simple. It's 840, 840. I remember seeing that. And guess what? That's that. And the person who's seen that automatically becomes a brand ambassador of you, because wherever they go and they hear air conditioning, because of your consistency and because they looked for you, they are gonna remember you because they already went through the process of getting to your page. So when they get in touch with somebody who needs your product or service, that's exactly what they're gonna do. And that's the simple strategy that we've used. We've used social media to our advantage, and that's what's kept us afloat. That's what's made people to find us, and that's what's kept us busy. So if you're not going to use this simple way of getting people's attention, I don't know what else I'm going to tell you to make your journey as an entrepreneur easy. I've been doing this. I remember when I started, people used to say, George, we've seen your WhatsApp messages, they're too much, but guess what? I was trying to get into their subconscious. I know it was irritating, but guess what? For me, I'm a man who was depositing a seed inside them. They didn't know that. But remember, these days, everybody is on their phone. Everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody's on their phone. And sometime, whether it's WhatsApp, all those WhatsApp images that come into your gallery, they're going to go scrolling. And then guess what? They're going to see Pro Air here, Pro Air for your car, your home, your office, portable air conditioning solutions. The day they're going to need it, it's in their gallery. They're going to look for it. So you have to make sure people know you by what you do. And I've really made it such a point to really do that and get people to know exactly what I do. Big shout out to Brian Shawi, my Bridget, Rati, everybody who's coming on. Official Miss Becky, what's up? BBC, I see you. Congratulations on your new post. I see what you're doing. I am Tinashe. Big shout out to you, Noku. Right, I'm in the habit of asking money. Won't get you far. Ask on how you fish rather than asking for fish itself, unless you're joking. Okay. Yeah, it's never good to ask people for money. always ask for how they made it successful. And that's how you get to. I like the example you gave. Can't give you the fish, I need to teach you how to fish. So to everybody out there, the video today is about make sure you are unapologetically proud about what you do. If they say you post too much, tell them I haven't started. If they complain, tell them, listen, unfollow me if you don't like me. But whether you like it or not, they have to know you by what you do. Yo, big shout out to Sekuru Alex. I see you. I appreciate you. Dr. Glory, man, I see you. So you have to be unapologetically proud about what you do. Post it. Talk about it. Make sure you make it very creative, that people, you're not posting the same message over and over again. I think if you go to our Pro Air page, you'll see how, we've used various artists, we've used comedians, we've used all sorts of people. And currently right now with these face masks, like I was talking about, we've made sure we've distributed over 2,000 masks to various clients all over the country. And guess what that does? That gives us a huge return on investment. Yes, it's sowing a seed, but it's also showing that we care about our customers. We care about those key people who make us tick. And guess what that does? Wherever they are, they're representing us. We're keeping them safe during this time where everybody has to wear a mask. And we thought, listen, let's give these washable masks to our key people. But at the same time, it's making people remember who we are. And that's the key that will make you be remembered when it is important to be remembered, because we thought about them during that time. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an upcoming entrepreneur, it's not going to be the same after this. Get this correctly. And you have to think of increasing your streams of income. I mean, I've got 4 children. I don't know how many kids you have. And if you don't have any kids yet, you just need to be sick and tired of being broke and average. And if that doesn't make you sick and tired, I don't know what does. Otherwise, you're going to live an average life, and you're just going to be looking at other people's statuses and lives and wondering how the hell they're making it. Success comes when you're hungry. And if you're not hungry for it, it's not going to come to you. You have to go out there and get it. And when you get it, you have to make sure that people have to remember you, because you are distinct and you are so confident, you deliver a good service, and when people ask about you, they highly recommend you because of the reputation that you have. So that's the word I wanted to say today to everybody. And wherever you are, entrepreneurship is the future. That's all I preach. I love and appreciate all those who are working for other people right now. But I believe you can be better than that, because I used to be like you. I used to wait for the end of the month to get my paycheck. And, it was okay. But I tell you, on the other side is a different life, that you don't have to wait for anybody. You determine how much of, a chunk you want to eat. Your life is not determined or defined by how somebody else thinks about you. It's not easy. Get this correctly. I'm not saying the journey, entrepreneurship is for everybody, but I'm actually saying it is. Get that correctly. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It actually is. There's something about everybody who should be able to do. If you're scared to jump off the ship like I did, I was on TV yesterday and I was doing this program. It's going to be coming out on ZTV. Hopefully I'll try and share a link or post it here. And I began to tell my journey of how I started in grade 5 selling freezers, and how I wanted to open a phone shop, how I was a hustler at Zimex Mall, how I sold paint, I sold houses, I sold clothes. I sold a lot of things in my, journey of entrepreneurship. But there was always that entrepreneur in me from a very young age. Even though I used to work for people, there was always this bigger picture that I used to say, man, I can actually be better and bigger than I actually think I could be. And look at where it's led me now. And I believe that thing is in everybody, in every single body. It's just that you haven't been hit hard by something yet. And I hope Corona is that thing that's made you to reflect and to think that, is this you? You should be living a better life. And this is to you who's watching. Corona comes forth with opportunities. I know a very close friend of mine, big shout out to official Miss Becky. Congratulations on your new post. I see you, and some opportunities come because there's a crisis, and she can testify to that. I'll urge all of you to follow official Miss Becky, to go and see what she's managed to achieve during this time. Also, to Dr. Glory Man, he's an amazing man, and a specific crisis made him see an opportunity across the country, and he went, and he is flourishing amazingly in South Africa, and he's doing great things. So sometimes, when crisis comes, that's an opportunity, and only those with eyes to see will seize that opportunity, whilst the majority cry. So you need to have your eyes open, and you need to be ready to take that huge step of faith and begin to go on to your journey. Because if we're always going to be chilling and hoping things are going to change, the government ain't going to change nothing. ZANU-PF here in Zimbabwe is not going to change anything. MDC is not going to change anything. The only person responsible for changing your life is none other than you. Success is determined by the second letter, which is you. You are responsible for your own success, not your daddy, not your mommy, not your pastor, not your uncle, not your husband, not your sister, not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, but nobody else but you. And until you make that conscious, deliberate effort to make it work, it's not going to come to you. Success loves people who chase after it, and it's going to make you run. It's not going to come easy. And success is not a destination. You're going to have to keep working, because as you go up the ladder, you're going to see, just like P. Diddy said, more money, more problems. You're going to get more responsibilities. Your company is going to grow. You're going to have more workers. So now you're going to have to work more and more and more. But when it's more risk, there's more return. And that's how it is. You can never be comfortable. And as an entrepreneur, and I know everybody who's here is an entrepreneur because you're following this video, there's something in you that's making you watch this, and that thing, all it needs is to hear something. And once you hear, do something. Don't just be a hearer. I took time to do this video for nobody else but you who's watching it. Wherever you're at, where you're sitting, I don't know wherever you are in the world, but I did this video for you so that you can see yourself bigger than where you're at right now. Stop murmuring, stop complaining, stop being like everybody else, but find out how other people are making it. Like I say, success leaves clues, and clues are left behind or found not just in the open. You actually have to find them or look for or seek them. I like Matthew 7 verse 7. It says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open to you. Those are the 3 key principles to success. If you ask other successful people how they made it, they'll tell you. Don't ask for money, ask how they made it. If you seek for success, if you look at the principles that they had for them to be successful, guess what? You too are going to be successful. And if you keep knocking at opportunities, I can guarantee you sooner than later, those opportunities are going to open up for you, and that door will open, and you have to be prepared when that door opens. And I say to a lot of people, failing to plan is planning to fail. If you don't see yourself as a successful entrepreneur, you'll never be a successful entrepreneur. I remember in 2012 when I was a one-man band and I started Pro Air, they asked me, why should we give you the job? And there were far more reputable companies there. I was just me in my 2-door sports car, and I told them that Pro Air is the top leading air conditioning company in Zimbabwe. And somehow they believed me, and I got that job. And 3 years down the line, guess what award we got? Top air conditioning company of Zimbabwe. And we've got a lot more awards ever since 2012 that I can't even count anymore. But it was because I believed in it. If you don't believe in your own brand, nobody's going to believe in it. And it didn't come just because I said it. I had to work hard at it. I had to make sure that I provide very good and great service. And just like my word said, they fulfilled exactly what I said. And I don't know what you're saying. I don't know where you're at. I don't know how small your company is. But I can guarantee you, you can't be worse off than me when I started. Because when I started, I had nothing. I just had a lot of faith and a lot of belief in me. And I don't know where you're at right now. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in something bigger than you, and to know that you can actually achieve a whole lot more than you can actually or have been doing. The world will not, big shout out to George Mahoney, who just commented, the world will not excuse you. You can only get what you negotiate for. Real talk, my brother. That's true. Real talk. Please send the info for me to watch your interview. I will, Miss Becky. That program should be coming out on ZTV, and it should be next week, but I definitely will upload it here. So just stay tuned and keep following this. So to everybody who's out there, I urge you, begin to think entrepreneurship. Begin to think it, because guess what? There's no job that's gonna take care of you. This world that we live in is not just gonna be the same like it was before. You have to be hungry, and hungry people go out there so that they look for food. And I don't know about you, you have to have something that other people need, whether it's a product or service. Begin to think futuristically. What does that mean? We're in 2020, but begin to think to yourself, what are people in 2021 gonna need? And I can tell you, everything that people need has to do with convenience. People don't want to go. People want that, like what's happening now, dial-a delivery. People want things delivered. So make sure that your product or service is bringing convenience to people, because people don't want to go out. People just want to type on their device, and either they pay on delivery. Right now there's YouTube, there's Google, which is, I think, the most amazing thing that this generation has, because you can learn anything you want, you can watch anything you want, there's unlimited possibilities with the internet these days that two generations didn't have before. So our generation is so tech savvy that if you don't update your software, this morning I was doing a video about updating your mental software, and a lot of people watching this, some of them are still using software from 2015, but we're in 2020. So you can't do things that I do. So you have to update. You have to update your software so that you can be an amazing person. You have to update your mental software so that you stay, in touch with what's happening right now. My phone always updates software, and it always becomes better and better. So as for you, if you're running a business, if you're an entrepreneur, how can you provide better quality service to people out there? Big shout out to Zaka Millionaire. I appreciate you. He's an amazing man, running an amazing brand here in Zimbabwe, and you should follow him. Amandla Foods, they're doing great things. And I love, like I was saying earlier on, you see Pro Air is visible, and if you see them with the Steam Communications, they are so deliberate in making sure that they are constantly posting their products and services so that people see them. And I follow a lot of my friends, but it seems some of them are not proud of what they do. And I tell you, if you're shy about what you do, all of you who know me personally know that I'm unashamed of my brand. Ever since the lockdown, I've worn nothing else but Pro Air, and I've got so many Pro Air outfits, tracksuits, jackets, overalls, t-shirts, everything. I've got it all because I love what I do. And I would rather wear Pro Air than anything else, because that's what I love. And until you fall in love with it, I cannot emphasize this. I don't know what it is you want to do, because remember, you're the first ambassador of your brand or your company. What are you doing? What are you saying to people? That's my message to you. If you do nothing else, fall in love with your brand. The first days of Pro Air, I would walk around with a Pro Air jacket branded, and I'll just walk around town, going to the busy places, Zimex Mall, Joiner City. I would move with a branded car. I would make sure I just don't park anywhere. I would park strategically where people are either coming out of the mall, so they see Pro Air. I had to park strategic. Whether it was when I had a combi, I'd make sure I could just drive on weekends just to go to high traffic shopping malls, just to park the van, which was very visibly branded because it was a moving billboard. And I'll just park it there and just sit for hours just for people to see the brand, so it gets into their minds. And you'll have 2, 4, how many ever thousands of people seeing it. And guess what? It took years, but look at us now. We're a household name and we're doing amazing exploits. But people did not know that they were being exposed to a brand all these years. Subconsciously, they were just seeing it. It was going. But the time that comes when they actually do need that product and service, they'll remember you and they'll be like, no, I've seen that. I don't remember where I've seen it, but I've seen that brand. I've seen it somewhere. And because they would have seen it either at the shopping mall, either on my WhatsApp statuses, either everywhere I'm posting, either on groups, then it is exchanged in terms of a relationship where we actually either go and install an air conditioning unit, or we regas their cars, or whatever it is that we do. But remember, it takes time, and the best way that you can actually adopt this is to get started. I say that the greatest achievement you can do in life is to get started. The greatest secret of getting ahead is to actually get started. Stop talking. Stop asking for advice and just start. If you go, I urge all of you who've if you haven't liked our Pro Air ZW Facebook page, go and see how much crazy faith I had when I started. Go and see when we opened our Pro Air Facebook page, when it was, and when actually we got a job. I started posting the very first day I started trading. I resigned on the 31st of March, and on the 1st of April, which is when I opened that page, I started posting, and to see what I was posting. But it's amazing that you only get the exact result of what you believe in. And I'm not surprised by where Pro Air is today, because I can tell you, I saw all of this in my crazy mind. And there's something about having a crazy mind that actually delivers that craziness. If you believe in something so much, I knew Pro Air was going to be successful. I know Pro Air is going to be a household name, not only in Africa, but Pro Air is going to be known all over the world. The who's of who's are gonna know Pro Air. That's what I believed, and that's what I saw when I began it. I don't know what you see or how far you see, but until you begin to see the bigger picture and what it is that you actually want to achieve and believe in it, I don't care what people say. My own dad, who I always say, my dad supported me when we began Pro Air when I began selling freezers when I was in grade 5. But that same father who believed in me, on my journey selling small freezers and this, but because I had twins and I had responsibilities, he was scared of me leaving employment because he thought I was going to fail, because nobody had been an entrepreneur in the company and everybody had a successful job. And at that time, he believed that working is what will take care of people. And I don't blame him, because that was the norm in those days. And my father, I don't hate my father. I love him so much, and I actually joke with him a lot and say, Dad, what do you have to say about that dream now? And we always laugh it off. And had I listened to my father, who had said to me, George, I saw you in a dream with tattered clothes, I don't think you should do what you're doing, stay in employment, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be this guy talking to you today. I wouldn't be running Pro Air conditioning. I would have been employed somewhere. But don't listen to what people say when you have a vision that you strongly believe in. People will tell you it's not gonna work, usazvite, hauna mari yacho, you're too young, you're uneducated, you don't have this. If you believe in something, there's something about belief that only when you believe in something so much and you work hard at it, there are certain things that will be attracted to make sure that your belief is achieved. And I've seen this, I've attested to it. If you don't have crazy faith, if you don't have that belief in yourself, if you don't hang around with losers and naysayers, and I say this to a lot of people, when you're close to a great accomplishment, the enemy knows. And when I say the enemy, you all know what I mean. He'll send the closest people to you to try and deter you from being that person, because when you become that person, you're able to accomplish anything. So he'll send your friends, maybe your family, maybe people who you rely on and trust. But your gut is the greatest voice you have. Most people who ask for advice about business already know. They just want that extra push. And make sure where you get your extra push is a positive ground. Because some of us go and consult our friends and they tell you, no, it's not a good idea. And then you find out maybe somebody else has started it, or they started it and it's going well. And then you want to beat yourself down. Remember, whatever you're doing in life was only shown to you, and you are the only person who is able to achieve and accomplish that. Even if they start, that grace is your grace. And don't say, now that they've started it, just start. I don't know how boldly I can say it to you, but the greatest secret to getting ahead, get this correctly, if you need to write this down, is getting started. You gotta get started. Yo, big shout out to Divesh Jivan. He is a good friend of mine, and if Divesh were able to come on, he'll tell you that George had so much belief even from a young age. I've always had crazy belief. And you know, Divesh Jivan is a good friend of mine. You need to follow him if you want some amazing websites. He's working on an amazing website for us, and he's doing it from the United Kingdom, and he's doing so well because he followed his gut and he followed his passion. And I love to hang around with people who are doing something. I don't like hanging around with losers or people who are complaining and murmuring, because you'll infect me with your virus and I'll become slower than I was before. So I want to hang out with people who are making progress, you know, people who are doing great things. A big shout out to Gift Mvu, an amazing man as well, who is doing so much. You need to follow Gift. He's an amazing dance instructor. You know, all those weddings, all those people who want, you know, those dance routines done. He's done so many great videos for so many, you know, great celebrities out there. And he's a man who followed his talent, and he loves that with a passion. And if you go on his page, just like I was saying about what I'm doing, I always move around branded. Gift always makes sure that he does not go 2 days without posting a dance routine, so that you don't ask what he does. He's unapologetically proud about it. You know, he does that. He's got a side hustle. He sells suits and all this stuff. But whatever it is that he does, you can see it through his profile. Some of you, men and ladies, all we can see on your profiles are pretty faces. I don't know what you're selling. I don't know if that's what pays your bills. But as for me and my other brothers who are on this video, and sisters, you know, we believe that we have to let people know what we're doing with our hustle, and that's what pays the bills. It's good to post these nice pictures. Don't get me wrong. It's good to post, you know, all those nice things you're doing, but let it complement your hustle. Don't be ashamed of your hustle. Do not be ashamed of what you do. If you sell freezers, let the whole world know that this is the freezer guy, or this is the freezer lady. If you do makeup, don't be ashamed that you've posted 6-7 times, because you know what, you're letting people know. As long as it's not a recurring same, you gotta have a message. You gotta have some amazing quotes that go with your message that attracts people to actually say, wow, that's a nice message right there. Oh yeah, oh, they're also advertising this. Give your customers, you know, advice on how they can best do this, that, and that, complementing exactly what your business or services are offering. And this is how you will become great. That's how you become great. So to everybody who came on live today, a big shout out to everybody. I wish I could greet everybody, but you know, I was just so full of something I had to share, and I was like, I'm not gonna wait to do a proper video. You know, let me just get this out of me, because I had to share this with you. And when I share this with you, I want to see all of you. You know, I'm gonna go through this, and I'm gonna go through every single person who's liked and been on this video or commented, and go on your profile and see exactly what it is that you would have done after watching this video. Don't be ashamed about posting too much. Get this correctly. It's better people be like, okay, that's Zaka Millionaire. We know he's always talking about his brand Amandla, peanut butter and so much. They do these various types of, natural nutritious foods and this, that and the other. Or maybe it's Divesh Jivan who's doing, all these websites and building apps for so many people across. Or it could be Miss Becky who's doing, her BBC reporting. She is an amazing mentor to so many people. She's for the girl child movement. Or I don't know who it is, wherever you're at, and I'm going through this list and I'm trying to think, how do I know you by what you do? And it's very difficult for me to actually identify you by what you do because you don't talk about it. I'm actually scrolling down right now and I'm trying to see if I go through your name, I know Dr. Man Glory, that's an amazing man of God, and I know he loves it because he's always talking about it. I don't know about you. When I go to your name, I don't know what you do because I can't relate it because I haven't seen anything that you do regarding that. I know Nash, NR Empire, luxury, furniture. If you want to get that done, all your beds, if you go to his profile, luxury furniture by Nash, you'll see amazing things, and that's because he's always posting about it. Now I don't know about you, if you can quickly, just by seeing somebody's name, identify them by what they do. And I can tell you that I've scrolled down and I've seen a lot of people who've been on here, but just the few that I've mentioned are the people that I know. And maybe it's because I personally maybe don't know you that well, but make sure that people don't need to scroll 10 pages with 10 pictures without knowing exactly what you do, both on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure people know what it is that you do, and you are not ashamed of it. Get me correctly, you are not ashamed of it. If you say somebody's name, you should quickly identify with whatever it is that they're doing. So guys, that's it for today. I just thought, I'd give you a couple of nuggets, and I hope you apply these nuggets wherever you are. Stay safe. Let's be productive during this time. I urge everybody who's not an entrepreneur to become one, because we were born winners. Biologically speaking, when we ran a race in our mother's womb, we won that race, and that's the reason why you are here on this planet today. You were born a winner. I don't care what your teacher told you, that you'll never make it. So many people said a lot of things to me. I failed my O levels, they thought I would be nothing. I failed my soccer career, they said I'd be nothing. But there's nobody who can prophesy doom to you unless you believe it. And I'm here to tell you that I believe that God purposed you here for a reason. And I dread the day when you get a glimpse to see when you die, and then you see what your potential was and what you actually achieved. I want everybody who's watching this video, I don't want you, get this correctly. If you get nothing else from this video, I want you to get this. Do not die full. Make sure that you die empty. Make sure that you do all you can whilst you are alive to make sure that you die empty. There's a saying by the great Miles Monroe that says, the cemetery is the richest place on earth, because a lot of people died with their dreams unfulfilled. They didn't accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. But as for me, I'm gonna make sure that I work my butt off to make sure that I become that person that I want to become. And this is why I gave myself the name that you see I have, because it's not an easy task. But for me, I don't like easy things. That's why I want to be a billionaire, because that's what I'm gonna be. And some of you are gonna write testament to say that this guy said it a long time ago. Remember, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. I don't know what you think about yourself. It's not what people have said about you. It's not about what your friends, mom, uncle, whoever it is. It's not about growing up in the rural areas. This, that. That's a nice, classy, easy excuse. But guess what? That doesn't get you paid. So what if you grew up with no parents? So what if you didn't finish your education? That's not a reason for you to remain poor and to remain average. That's not a reason. I want you, when you die, that we don't need a tombstone to know that you lived on this planet. Mother Teresa doesn't need a tombstone. Bob Marley doesn't need a tombstone. Steve Jobs doesn't need a tombstone for people to know the accomplishments that he did on this planet. Only those who have tombstones are people who we don't really know what they accomplished, but true heroes leave a lasting legacy that people will know that they were on this planet because of what they achieved. And they didn't achieve it easy. They had to work their butt off. They had to do what everybody else wasn't doing so that they get the results that other people ain't getting. And I don't know about you, but I know about myself. And I know that as long as I am breathing and I'm alive, I know what my goal is. And for all of you who know me, you know what my ringtone has been ever since day one. And I hear that every single day. And that's what motivates me to keep on going. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad, so that I can buy all of the things that I never had. I want to be on the cover of that Forbes magazine, smiling next to all these successful people and the Queen. Every time I close my eyes, I see it. I see it, I see it, I see it. I don't care if you don't see it, but I see it, and I'm working hard at it. And I have to make sure that it comes to pass, because I don't like half-baked things. I want to go to the fullest. If I set a goal and a target, for those who know me, I'm very competitive. I hate to lose. I hate it. It doesn't matter what we're doing. I hate losing, and I will make sure I will do what I need to do to accomplish every single target that I have set. I don't know about you, but until you get that mindset that tells you that I can do all things. Some of us take that saying for granted. But that ability to believe in yourself is the greatest asset that you have. That self-talk, that I am successful, that I am a billionaire. It all begins, success begins in your mind. If you're not successful in your mind, you're never going to be successful. If you don't see yourself as a success, you will never be successful. Don't worry about what they said about you. The most important point of view that matters is your own point of view. Don't matter that they laughed at you. Don't matter that they said you're a loser. Don't matter that they said, he grew up in such and such. He's not even a biological, son, daughter, this, that, and that. He's from whatever it is that they say. Don't worry about it. Don't worry what they say about you. You got divorced, you got this, nothing about you ever works, your relationships don't work, your business doesn't work, you failed so many times. Guess what? Failing means that you are at least trying. So don't worry what they say. If you're at least trying, you're better than somebody who is the same old person that they've been for the past years. Trying is better than not doing anything. And I can tell you, the more you keep trying, the sooner the opportunity is going to reveal itself to you. And you have something extra that other people who haven't tried don't have. Because you have that experience. You have that lesson that you've learned. So this generation, we need to try. We need to try and keep on trying. Because I can guarantee you, sooner than later, something's going to open up. And you're going to be this person who's doing a live video and speaking to other people about how you made it and how you became the successful person that you are. Yo, it's your boy George Billionaire. God bless you wherever you're at. Stay true to what you're doing. Make sure you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Straight after watching this, it will send me a notification. I'll so much appreciate that. Go on the YouTube channel, type in George Billionaire or George Munengwa. It will come up and you'll see some amazing videos that I've done there for you that will speak about entrepreneurship. Also go on my Facebook page, George Billionaire, and already here on Instagram. You always know I post some great content so that I can provoke, inspire, and equip you. Wherever you're at, stay true to what you're doing. Stay positive. Yes, we're all going through this hard time, but I can guarantee you that it shall come to pass. But remember, this is happening to everybody. So it's not only happening to poor people, it's happening to the rich and poor. But the people who come out are the ones who see the opportunities, who are doing something productive with their time. This is a great time to re-strategize. This is a great time to really be build on your personal social media profiles. Like I was saying earlier on, if your business is not on social media, you ain't serious. You ain't started yet. If you're not moving around branded wherever you're at, you don't love your brand. How can other people wear your brand when you don't love it? I make sure I wear my brand everywhere I go, and I'm unapologetically unashamed about what I do, because it is what it is. And wherever you're at, you need to have the same concept too. Be proud, and do what it is that you're doing so that people know about you. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Don't worry about what people say. Naysayers are always going to be there. I told you about my dad. I love my dad, NIC Monengwa. He's a legend in my life. He's one of the 12 people who made George a billionaire. Him, my dad, and so many other people. Although on my because it began by the releasing of a word. God bless you. Stay true, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more lives, and faith comes by hearing, and I'm going to be that voice that's going to help you get onto your journey. Stay focused on your journey so that we can all level up together. It's a lot better when we're all going up that ladder and we're all making it, and we're all sharing how we make it. God bless you, and especially you. Stay true. It's your boy.